The Supreme Council of the Galactic Alliance, SCGA, prided itself on being the pinnacle of interstellar diplomacy and cooperation. Comprising countless species with complex protocols and astronomical self-importance, they organized events with the ostensible purpose of strengthening unity across the stars. The 9783rd Periodic Galactic Cultural Exchange, PGC, was one such event. A grandiose affair that, beneath its noble veneer of cultural appreciation, was essentially an unspoken competition to determine which civilization was more civilized. Earth, or Mudball Planet Designation X-47, as the SCGA referred to it, received its first-ever invitation to participate in this prestigious gathering. The reason? A galactic-scale administrative error committed by an intern who, while attempting to order a multidimensional pizza, accidentally sent an official invitation to the primitive blue planet. The SCGA, faced with the prospect of canceling the invitation, a process requiring 742,000 forms and a meeting spanning 3 solar cycles, decided to just roll with it. The invitation reached Earth via an email that landed in a spam folder, discovered by an IT technician with a penchant for science fiction who was searching for pirated games. Humanity, ecstatic yet confused by this cosmic opportunity, hastily assembled a committee of global elite representatives consisting of questionable talent, a fading pop star desperate for career revival, a YouTuber famous for universe-level spicy food challenges, a conspiracy theorist convinced that the event was an alien organ harvesting scheme, a professor of ancient linguistics forced to join because no one else could understand the invitation's peculiar font, which was actually just Comic Sans in English, and a cat named Mittens, an unofficial mascot, brought aboard because the YouTuber insisted it brought good vibes. Earth's delegation prepared cultural gifts that included a USB drive loaded with seasons of a reality TV show featuring wealthy housewives arguing, a collection of cat memes, a CD of 90s dance hits, and a promise of a unique culinary demonstration, which was really just the YouTuber planning to perform his instant noodles super spicy challenge. Meanwhile, a conservative faction within the SCGA, led by Grand Admiral Kthar, an 8-eyed reptilian deeply averse to chaos who viewed humans as a potential threat to the Great Galactic Order, secretly planned to test Earth civilization. This plan, disguised as cultural exchange activities, consisted of military, intelligence, and adaptability tests designed to prove human inferiority and justify Earth's preventive isolation. Kthar mobilized an elite force and top scientists to design these games, adhering to thousands of regulations on safe and controlled cultural engagement. The Earth delegation arrived at the SCGA space station aboard an ancient vessel freshly painted with glow-in-the-dark dolphin imagery, the pop star's idea. The formal welcoming ceremony, a 6-hour Earth-time affair featuring melodious speeches no one understood, was interrupted when Mittens escaped and began chasing a spherical service robot, causing an endearing but chaotic scene. Grand Admiral Kthar interpreted this as the first sign of humanity's inherent destructive tendencies. The first challenge presented to the delegates was ostensibly to decode an ancient message of peace inscribed on a massive stone tablet covered in complex characters. In reality, this was a military code-breaking test. While the linguistics professor attempted to analyze grammatical structures, the YouTuber noticed the characters resembled QR codes and casually scanned them with his phone. The scan led to a website advertising multidimensional hair loss treatment. The conspiracy theorist declared this evidence that aliens were secretly making humans bald. The pop star, treating the scenario like a cosmic escape room, began tapping the characters to the rhythm of her biggest hit. Coincidentally, this tapping sequence unlocked a hidden compartment containing a space cookie recipe from an extinct species, which Kthar's scientists had forgotten to remove. Kthar and his team were dumbfounded. The automated evaluation system registered successful decoding through non-traditional methods, approaching the problem from culinary and entertainment perspectives. The second challenge required each civilization to perform an artistic piece, secretly designed to assess psychological warfare capabilities and camouflage technology. The humans decided on a combination performance: the pop star singing an outdated hit with obsolete dance moves, the YouTuber executing his spicy noodle challenge on stage, complete with smoke and fire effects from the seasoning packet, and the professor reciting ancient poetry in an unintelligible language. The performance was considered an artistic disaster by galactic standards. However, the combination of piercing sounds, the YouTuber's face burning red from spiciness, and the professor's incomprehensible chanting inadvertently disrupted the SCGA's psychological sensors, leading them to conclude humans possess multi-layered psychological attack capabilities, using chaotic sounds and simulated pain expressions to disorient opponents. Mittens contributed again by wandering into a control room and falling asleep on a keyboard, accidentally activating a complex, three-dimensional hologram program that other species mistook for an elaborate part of a sophisticated camouflage demonstration. The third challenge was a space tactical simulation game of extreme complexity, utilizing the most advanced virtual reality technology. The objective was to command a fleet defending a planet from a fictional invasion. This was actually a test of military command capabilities and responses. The human team, led by the YouTuber, who had experience with computer strategy games, completely ignored complex tactics and standard galactic engagement rules. Instead, they applied strategies learned from B-grade science fiction movies and online games: overwhelming force, impulsive sacrificial pawns, and spamming ultimate abilities. While other delegations calculated each move meticulously, the humans charged into battle chaotically. Miraculously, this chaos completely broke the simulation computer's prediction algorithms, which were programmed based on rational tactics from civilized species. The conspiracy theorist, believing the game was a way for alien AI to learn how to defeat humans, continuously made counter-logical decisions to trick the AI, inadvertently creating tactical breakthroughs no one anticipated. Result: the human team achieved a perplexing victory, causing Kthar's military strategists to reconsider their entire doctrine. The computer analysis stated, X, 47 subject tactics based on quantum randomness and ability to predict opponent actions through non-logical intuition. Cannot analyze. During a facility tour, the Earth delegation accidentally wandered into one of Kthar's advanced weapons laboratories, thanks to Mittens chasing a glowing mechanical bug. Rather than panicking, they showed fascination. The YouTuber attempted to review an energy cannon. Design's a bit clunky, but seems high damage. The pop star tried using a force field generator as a dance prop, and the professor attempted to translate warning signs. Seems like haiku about destruction, very profound. When a Kthar technician tried to intervene, the conspiracy theorist convinced him that he was a planted actor, and the two began discussing the shadow forces controlling the universe. When Kthar's security team arrived, they found the human delegation cheerfully experimenting with equipment, having inadvertently disabled half the laboratory's defense systems through mindless tampering. Increasingly desperate and convinced that human naivety was just a sophisticated cover, Kthar launched his final test: a comprehensive crisis scenario. A staged attack was orchestrated. The space station was attacked by an unidentified fleet, actually Kthar's disguised vessels. Alarms blared and lights flashed. Other delegations reacted according to protocol, seeking shelter, contacting their governments, preparing defense strategies. The human delegation's response: the pop star thought this was part of a space reality show and began live streaming, urging fans to vote for Team Earth. The YouTuber assumed these were special effects for his final spicy challenge episode and searched for the best camera angle. The linguistics professor, suffering from severe space sickness due to the rocking ship, lay incapacitated. The conspiracy theorist shouted, "I told you so. They're here for our brains," and began constructing barricades using space cookies and USB gift drives. Mittens, frightened by the noise, ran into the ventilation system and accidentally chewed through an important cable, causing Kthar's disguised weapon systems to flicker, alternately visible and invisible. Due to the camouflage system malfunction, Kthar's enemy ships appeared distorted on other factions' radar screens. Their warped appearance, caused by the flickering effect, led military experts from other species to believe this was a new, superior cloaking technology. The chaotic actions of the human delegation, broadcasted via livestream, were interpreted by SCGA analysts as humans are using information disruption tactics, feigning panic to conceal a secret counterattack plan. The destruction of facilities, the conspiracy theorist barricades, and attacks on communication systems, the pop star's livestream, are clear evidence. Mitten's weapon system neutralization was recorded as a sophisticated cyber attack on the opponent's command system. Watching everything through security cameras, Kthar suffered a complete breakdown. All his complex plans and calculations were shattered by the absolute chaos and illogic of humans. He began questioning his own sanity. When the simulated attack ended, as Kthar ordered it stopped due to shock, the SCGA held an emergency meeting. They concluded that humans had not only passed all tests, but demonstrated tactical and technological prowess far beyond their understanding. Grand Admiral Kthar, in a state of extreme confusion, was forced to publicly apologize for unfortunate misunderstandings during cultural exchange and praise the unique and unpredictable strategy of the Earth delegation. The humans accepted the award in bewilderment, thinking it was for most impressive costumes or most enthusiastic game participation. A farewell party was organized. The YouTuber decided to treat everyone to his super spicy instant noodles. Many delegates from other species, curious about the victorious cuisine of humans, tried it and were hospitalized en masse due to galactic-level capsaicin poisoning. This further reinforced the belief that humans also employed biological weapons in warfare. The pop star attempted to teach delegates to dance to 90s music, causing numerous orthopedic injuries. Mittens became the star of the party, petted and fed by other species, although their food might not have been suitable for cats. The Earth delegation returned home completely unaware they had just won a covert war and were now considered an emerging military superpower. They simply thought it was a bit weird but fun trip. The SCGA enacted a new set of rules, special procedures when interacting with Civilization X-47 humans. Key points included: avoid all forms of challenges or tests. In case of conflict, surrender immediately and invite them to barbecue. Always prepare burn medication and allergy remedies. Never underestimate the power of a cat. The story of a 9,783rd PGC became a galactic legend, evidence of why humans are the only species capable of winning a war without trying, without even knowing they were at war. Grand Admiral Kthar took early retirement to open a space worm farm, seeking to regain peace and logic in his life. The universe remains full of mysteries, and human irrationality is perhaps one of the greatest and most terrifying. And perhaps that is their ultimate weapon. Following the legendary PGC event, the Galactic Alliance developed a peculiar fascination with Earth's tactical genius. Intelligence agencies across the cosmos began meticulously analyzing human entertainment, mistaking sitcoms for military training simulations and reality TV for psychological warfare exercises. The infamous Cardassian maneuver became a studied tactical formation in several advanced civilizations, though no one could quite explain how arranging battleships in that particular pattern was supposed to work. Earth, meanwhile, remained blissfully unaware of its newfound status. The delegation members pursued their normal lives with minor changes. The pop star experienced a career revival after releasing a song called Space Groove, featuring mysterious alien-sounding vocals. Actually, just a linguistics professor speaking backward. The YouTuber's Cosmic Challenge series went viral, with viewers unaware that his descriptions of alien cuisine were factually accurate. The conspiracy theorists started a surprisingly successful consulting firm specializing in unconventional thinking, frequently hired by Fortune 500 companies to predict the unpredictable. The linguistics professor published an acclaimed paper on potential extraterrestrial communication patterns that was secretly studied by 17 different alien species trying to understand the human code. And Mittens? The cat became the subject of a classified 700-page report titled Autonomous Biological Weaponry, the Earth Feline Initiative. A dedicated team of xenobiologists was assigned to study Earth's cats, convinced they were genetically engineered super soldiers disguised as adorable pets. Occasionally, Earth would receive strange gifts from anonymous senders: anti-gravity cushions labeled as memory foam, dermal regeneration patches marketed as miracle face masks, and once, a small device capable of manipulating local time-space, which the recipient used as a paperweight, unaware that each time they placed a document on it, they were creating a minor temporal distortion. Tourism to Earth surged among the braver alien species, though most visitors came disguised as eccentric humans with unusual fashion choices. They would observe ordinary human activities with awe, mistaking grocery shopping for supply chain tactics and children's playground games for combat drills. One distinguished alien general spent 3 months studying a kindergarten class, producing a 1,200-page report on how tag and duck, goose represented revolutionary approaches to battlefield mobility and target selection. The SCGA established a permanent observation post on Earth's moon, disguised as a crater. The rotation of duty there was considered both the most prestigious and most psychologically challenging assignment in the Alliance military. Officers would return from their tours with 1,000-yard stares, muttering about the randomness and the cats. So many cats. Earth's position in galactic politics evolved into something unprecedented. Without participating in a single negotiation, humans became the only species never targeted by pirates, never challenged to territorial disputes, and always offered favorable trade terms, though they remained unaware of these interstellar transactions. When a particularly aggressive new species joined the Alliance and suggested conquering the primitive blue planet, they were quietly taken aside by veteran members and shown the files. They never mentioned Earth again. Perhaps the most significant impact was on galactic military doctrine. The traditional approach of careful planning, logical progression, and predictable patterns was supplemented by a new philosophy called the human factor. Essentially, the deliberate introduction of controlled chaos and apparent illogic into strategy. Military academies added courses like strategic randomness, improvisational warfare, and feline-inspired tactical disruption. Thar, on his space worm farm, found unexpected peace. After months of meditation and therapy, he embraced the illogic he once feared. Visitors reported seeing the former Grand Admiral dancing to Earth pop music while feeding his worms, occasionally stopping to create intentionally irrational worm arrangements that somehow resulted in 30% increased productivity. His memoir, Finding Wisdom in Chaos, My Encounter with Humans, became a bestseller across 17 galactic sectors. The linguistics professor, now regarded as Earth's foremost xenolinguist despite never having consciously communicated with an alien, received anonymous scholarship funding for her research. She developed a universal communication theory that, unknown to her, accidentally solved an ancient mathematical paradox that had stumped alien mathematicians for millennia. When she presented her work at conferences, hidden alien observers in the audience would gasp audibly, then claim they were just clearing their throats. As for Mittens, the cat lived a long, contented life, occasionally batting at mysterious floating lights that would appear in the apartment, actually alien scanning beams. Upon Mittens' eventual peaceful passing of old age, 7 different alien worlds declared days of mourning, and a small asteroid was officially renamed Strategic Commander Mittens in the Galactic Registry. Decades later, when humanity finally developed faster-than-light travel and officially joined the galactic community, they were perplexed by their reception. Instead of being treated as newcomers, they were welcomed with a mixture of awe, terror, and excessive gift-giving. Their first diplomatic reception featured nervous ambassadors presenting elaborately wrapped packages containing what appeared to be ordinary household items, along with inexplicable military honors for their previous service. When human diplomats inquired about this strange treatment, They were shown a highly classified historical record labeled the X-47 incident, featuring familiar faces from a nearly forgotten cultural exchange program. As they watched the footage, reinterpreted through alien analysis with dramatic narration describing tactical brilliance and psychological warfare, the human representatives first fell silent, then began to laugh uncontrollably. This reaction, of course, was immediately added to the classified file as the ultimate human weapon, disarming acoustic response. And somewhere in the vastness of space, the retirement home of former Grand Admiral Kthar received news of humanity's official galactic debut. The elderly reptilian simply nodded, sipped his tea, and smiled enigmatically at his collection of Earth Cat figurines, whispering, "Of course they laugh. That's how they win." In the centuries that followed, humans became the galaxy's most sought-after diplomatic mediators, military consultants, and problem solvers. Not despite their chaotic approach, but because of it. An entire academic discipline emerged around human randomness theory, attempting to mathematically model unpredictability itself. The researchers invariably went mad, but always in productive ways that led to groundbreaking inventions. And at the Galactic Academy, officer cadets were still required to watch the ancient footage of 5 clueless humans and 1 cat accidentally winning an interstellar Cold War, followed by the traditional recitation of the Alliance's most important military maxim: when logic fails, think like a human. When that fails, consult the cat.